All right, good afternoon. Thank you all for joining us. My name is Marion Gold. I'm the State Energy Commissioner from the Rhode Island Office of Energy Resources. We are really excited to be here today at the 2016 Northeast International Auto Show for this exciting announcement. And I just have to say, I'm from Detroit, so I'm used to the excitement that people have about auto shows, and I'm really glad to be here today. I'd like to thank the Rhode Island Convention Center and the Rhode Island Automobile Dealers Association, who have been terrific partners. Jack Perkins, I think you're here someplace. Got to be a little louder. Have been great partners in this throughout the process. I also want to recognize a number of people who are in attendance here today. I think we have representatives from Senator Reed's office here. My staff at the Office of Energy Resources, including most importantly our transportation czar, Ryan Cody, many others. DEM, the Department of Environmental Management, has been a co-leader of our initiative to reduce emissions from the transportation sector. They're here today. And also I think we have the Deputy Director of the Department of Transportation here. Thank you all for coming. Wendy Luck from Ocean State Clean Cities is also here. In 2014 in Rhode Island, we formed the Zero Emission Vehicle Working Group to bring together private and public sector agencies, companies, auto dealers, and the utility. And I forgot to mention our utility partner, National Grid, who has been an integral part of our efforts to forge a path towards a clean energy future in the transportation center. We brought this working group together to identify the actions we needed to take to promote responsible growth of the zero-emission vehicle, or ZEV, market in Rhode Island. And I see our friends from the regulatory division here, Al Contente from the DPUC. Thanks for coming. The ZEV group quickly identified the obvious need for an incentive for consumers who are thinking about doing the right thing. The goal was to make it easier for us to do the right thing. And I don't think I said this. Governor Raimondo has challenged the state to lead by example in our state facilities, in our state fleet, and also make it easier for Rhode Island residents and consumers to do the same thing, and businesses. After much research and collaboration with this large group, I think we had 60 people at least working on this effort. I'm pleased to unveil Rhode Island's first electrical vehicle rebate program here today. The program is called Driving Rhode Island to Vehicle Electrification, or DRIVE. Thank you, Allison Callahan from DEM, for coming up with the acronym. It provides an incentive for local drivers to adopt electric vehicles as we pursue our goals of increasing their numbers on our roads and reducing carbon emissions from the transportation sector. And as we always say, we're doing a great job in Rhode Island in partnership with the energy stakeholders, the environmental groups, and our utility on the electric side of the emission reduction house. We have one of the best programs in the country. We have a lot of work to do on both the thermal and the transportation sector. And the transportation sector is what we're here to talk about today. Through the DRIVE program, which will be administered by the Office of Energy Resources, Rhode Island consumers will be able to apply for a direct rebate of up to $2,500 for a qualifying new electric vehicle purchased from a licensed Rhode Island franchised automobile dealer. The list of eligible vehicles and applications are available online at www.drive.ri.gov. I'll share a few more details of the program in a moment, but first I want to give our speakers a chance to talk about the need and the benefits of the DRIVE program. It's my great pleasure to introduce really a global champion of clean energy issues, someone who continues to lead the charge in Washington and in Paris and in China and elsewhere to reduce carbon emissions. We're really lucky to have him here in Rhode Island. Please welcome Senator Sheldon Whitehouse.
Thank you, Marion. It's great to be here. Thank you to Marion and the Governor's Energy Office for getting this accomplished. Thank you to National Grid for your support, to Brown University, to the Department of Attorney General, to Wendy and the Ocean State Clean Cities Coalition. This is exciting news. We are catching up with Massachusetts and Connecticut, which have similar encouragement for people who buy electric vehicles. And as anybody who's been around electric vehicles know, they are clean, they are efficient, they are fast. In fact, if you've ever tried a Tesla, they're actually scary fast. And they are the automotive future. So it's great to have Rhode Island be a part of that automotive future. I want to recognize Senator Reed's office for being here as well. And Wendy, congratulations, thank you. And here's to fast, clean, efficient driving on Rhode Island's soon-to-be improving roads.
Right.
Thank you, Marion.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know you guys have fun. Thank you, Senator Whitehouse. And again, I think everyone realizes how fortunate we are to have the senator working on our behalf in Washington. And with his esteemed colleague, Senator Reid, we are so lucky. Let's see. Where am I? Okay. So the DRIVE program is going to make $200,000 available to qualified Rhode Island consumers on a first-come, first-served basis. And I want to emphasize this. The monies will go fast, so if you're interested, if you're in the market, get out to your dealership, look at the cars, and go to our website and reserve your spot for an incentive. We have partnered with the Attorney General's office to supply these funds. We are incredibly grateful to the Attorney General Peter Kilmartin for his partnership and for his financial support. Unfortunately, the Attorney General is not able to join us here today, but here on his behalf is one of his leaders, especially on environmental issues, Greg Schultz. Please join me in welcoming Greg.
Certainly, Marion, thank you for your leadership. Certainly, our office is indebted to your drive and your personal work in this area. And Senator Whitehouse, certainly I would like to extend on behalf of the Attorney General's office our thanks for your leadership on the environmental issues and climate change. Unfortunately, Attorney General Kilmartin is not able to be here today. He is very happy, though, to be able to participate with the Office of Energy Resources in the DRIVE electric vehicle rebate program. General Kilmartin and the AG's office have worked closely with the Office of Energy Resources and with DEM on many programs to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in Rhode Island. In particular, and in particular with the DRIVE program, the monies from this program were part of a settlement in the US v. AEP Clean Air Act enforcement program, which brought over $2 million to Rhode Island for clean air and climate change programs, which with federal match was made for more than close to $5 million in environmental projects in Rhode Island, including the DRIVE program today, including retrofitting state vehicles with additional pollution control devices, construction of a large solar array system on a RIPTA building in downtown Providence, construction of wind turbines at Salty Brine State Beach and Fisherman's Memorial Campground, and very recently, and again with the Office of Energy Resources, the funding of energy efficiency and weatherization projects for low-income Rhode Islanders. Attorney General Kilmartin hopes to continue with these actions and to hopefully continue with funding of this program and additional similar programs in the future. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Greg, and thanks again to the Attorney General. And really, as Greg just said, many of the really wonderful and progressive and innovative environmental and energy initiatives that we've been able to undertake in Rhode Island have been because of the funding allocated by the Attorney General, so we really appreciate that. And Greg has been a great advocate. I wanted to wrap up by offering the opportunity of for Al Dahlberg to come up and say a few words. Al was here 6 years ago at the auto show, kicking off one of the first announcements about the future of electric vehicles in Rhode Island. He has been a tireless and very articulate advocate to reduce carbon emissions in the transportation center, and I thought he could say a few remarks. Please join me in welcoming Al.
So yeah, as Marion said, 6 years ago I launched Project Get Ready here at the auto show to make Rhode Island a leader in the adoption of plug-in electric vehicles, and really to replace gasoline miles with electricity miles. Electricity miles are less expensive, they're better for the environment, they're better for our national security, and help boost the economy as well. It was a lot different 6 years ago. I mean, there was far fewer people here for the tiny press conference I had. There were no plug-in electric vehicles in this room. there were 0 charging stations in the state. But if you look where we are today, 6 years later, we have hundreds of plug-ins on the road in Rhode Island. You'll see them every day. There are over 413,000 nationally. There are tens of thousands of charging stations across the U.S., including over 60 here in Rhode Island. And it's all a result, really, of the great partnerships from everyone here in this room, from the state, OER, DEM, the governor, her leadership, from Wendy and her leadership at Ocean State Clean Cities, National Grid, which has been a great partner. Everybody here has contributed, including the auto manufacturers, which have produced amazing cars. You've got to drive the plug-ins. It will make you a believer. So, and this is the great thing about this announcement today. It's the incentives are just going to give more momentum to what already is a fantastic initiative to get more plug-ins on the road. So I just want to thank everyone, and eventually this whole hall would just be filled with plug-in vehicles. We won't even identify them as plug-ins. That will be what a car is down the road. So let's keep making progress. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Al. Again, we're really lucky to have Al with his leadership here. And I just want to close by saying that we, as you can tell already, are really excited to get the Drive Rebate program up and running. The program is comparable to programs ongoing in Massachusetts and Connecticut, evens the playing field with our neighbors, and makes the right thing to do easier to do. Once again, all the program information, including the application, is online at www.drive.ri.gov. It's a beautiful website, very easy to negotiate. Please go online, read more about the program and the benefits, a list of eligible vehicles. EVs are a worthy investment anyone buying a new car should consider. I drive a Ford Fusion Energy that I'm leasing. Elle drives a Leaf. Michael drives a plug-in Prius. Anybody else drive an electric vehicle here? Yeah, there we go. Once you try it, you will be surprised. Yep, Peter, you're on your second full. They really are fantastic. They're really fun. They're great vehicles, and I think it's fun to be part of the first wave. So thanks again for coming. Oh, no, what does it say? And there's a special EV license plate if you do get electric vehicles. I want to thank Ryan for the work on that, so you can be part of the wave, literally.